So I wanted to continue with my packing video, and I'm not sure whether I'll get it all into part 2 or whether I'll need a part 3. So let me begin. The first thing that I want to share with you is my liquids that I'm taking with me, and they're all in this 1-quart Ziploc bag. So as you know, the requirement is everything must fit into a 1-quart Ziploc bag. Everything must be a maximum of 3 ounces, and it must be in a 3-ounce container. And if you're wondering why I'm emphasizing the container, go back and see part 1 and you'll see the story I told about that. So let's begin, and I can show you what I have inside of this container. The first thing that I'm going to show you is that I have my perfume that I'm taking with me, and I take it in a little spray container. Just take it out so you can see. And that's more than enough for the amount of time that I'm going to be gone. The next thing I'm going to show are the creams that I'm taking with me. And what I do is that throughout the year, if I get samples of a product and I use it, either I use it up and I don't have any more of it, or if I don't like it, I clean out the container. And I save these little containers to put my creams in when I travel. So this one is actually from a Clinique product that I got. And I have my eye cream in it, and as you can see, I label everything. I used to do this all the time and forget about labeling, and then I would get somewhere, and because everything is white and cream, it was basically looked the same. I always had a hard time deciding what it was, so I've learned through trial and error, and I make sure that I label all of my products. The next one is a La Mer sample that I had, and I have put my face cream into it. And so the next thing I have is this Expert Eyes from Maybelline, this eye makeup remover that I didn't like at all, so I spilled the product out. But I like the container, it's 2.3 ounces, and I put my hair conditioner in. The next thing is in a container that I actually bought. You can buy these in CVS. I happen to buy it in a store called The Container Store, which is a store near where I live. And this is a 2-ounce leak-proof bottle, and I put my shampoo in it. Now the next containers that I got, they were actually two, I think for $1.49, and they're little spray containers. And in one of them I have my castor oil treatment that I'm going to put on my eyelashes at night. In the next one I have my CE Furlic that I put on every day. Now what I've decided to do is not take my A cream with me. You know that A cream makes your skin more sensitive from the sun, but you do know this product helps enhance anything that you put on your skin to protect you from the sun, so I'm definitely taking that with me. And the last thing that I'm taking is, this is actually from Prescriptives. I don't have this label, but I do know since it's the only one that's not labeled, I do know what it is. And it's a facial moisturizing spray. And you know with the air quality on the plane, especially when you're traveling for a long period of time, your skin starts to get very dry. And although I try to drink a lot of water, I also try to spray my face a couple of times with this product. So the next thing that I'm actually taking my Chanel Vitalumiere in the cool beige. And the reason I'm taking that is that when the Chanel decided to change the formula and I didn't have it anymore, I went on eBay and I tried to buy a few backups because I wasn't sure whether I would find another foundation right away that I like so much, and you all know that I did. I've actually found a few of them. And I found this online, and I thought, my gosh, that's like, not only is it the color that I love and the formula that I love, but this is also a great size for traveling. The next thing that I have a sample size for that I'm taking with me is my Moroccan oil. Now remember, everything is coming out of this 1-quart bag, so everything is acceptable and I'll be able to take it with me on the flight. So the next thing that I'm taking with me is I'm taking actually some samples from Chanel, some face cleaner samples, and this is actually their Rinse Off Mousse Cleanser. And this is something I have to tell you that's really one of the best tips, I think, is that if you know that you're going to travel and you go to a department store or a makeup store all the time, ask them for samples. I know that a lot of the sales associates are sort of hesitant to give them out, but that's what they're there for. They're there for you to try their product and hopefully like it and come back. So they have tons of these products available, you just have to ask them for it. And what I do, and I even do it throughout the year, is I'll say, do you have a sample of this or do you have a sample of that? And as long as there's not an expiration date on it, I'll put it aside so that hopefully if I'm going to be able to travel, I have some samples. So what I did is I went to the Chanel counter. I told the woman the truth. I told her that I was traveling and I was interested in a new face cleanser and could she recommend something, and more importantly, did she have some samples that I could take with me and try them when I was away. And she gave them to me, and she gave me a few of them, so I have more than enough for the time that I'm going to be gone. And the next thing that I'm taking with me is I'm taking a toothpaste. And the last thing that I want to share with you, that I have to share with you, and it's actually a little story that goes with it, is Neosporin. Now, the story behind this is that I was watching Jay Leno one night and Denise Richards was on. She was talking about the germs on an airplane and the fact that, you know, they close those doors, that air starts to get circulated, and a lot of people get sick when they're on a plane. I know that my husband would get a cold each and every time we flew. It didn't matter. So what she said is that she takes Neosporin and she puts it on her nose each time that she travels, the minute she gets on the plane, and she never has a problem. So I thought, well, I don't have anything to lose, and we tried it. And I have to tell you, I'm sure that there's some people out there that will be rolling their eyes. You know, it is an antibiotic cream, but we have not had a cold at all since we've done this. And I have told this to hundreds and hundreds of people, and every one of them has called me and said, you know what, it really works. Okay, so now I want to share the makeup that I'm taking with me, and I'm basically taking it in this container. Now, one thing before I show you that is I want to show you that, I don't know if you remember, I told you the other day that I was taking those Bioderma wipes and I was going to cut them up. So what I found was I had this CVS cotton square little package, and here are actually the cotton squares that came in it. So what I did was I cut those squares up and I put them in that container. So I now have my eye makeup remover all in a nice little package to go. Okay, so now for the makeup. What I've decided to do is I'm taking my e.l.f. shadow palette, the one that has the 4 palettes that I told you that I got, I think it was $1. And these are the colors that I've decided to take. And the reason I decided to take these colors is because I think these give me a lot of options. I can do these colors and do sort of a natural nude look. I can take this color and pair it with the other bottom color and do that look. I can take it and do it with the one across. I can do the blue one with the lighter color up here. So I really have an awful lot of choices just with these 4 colors. Okay, so the mascara that I'm taking, I know, is sort of a love it or hate it type of mascara, and it's the Double Extend from L'Oreal. I happen to like it. It works really well for me. I know a lot of people don't like it at all. I love the fact that it's a 2-for-1. I get my primer on one side and I get a pretty good mascara. Is it the best mascara in the world? No. But for traveling, this is really great for me. So I get my black mascara on one side, primer on the other side. Love it. And the next thing I'm taking is my Korres bronzer that I absolutely love, so I'm taking that with me. I've decided to take my NYC blushable cream stick with me, and that's in that sort of peachy, pinky sort of shade. The next thing that I'm taking for a foundation and or concealer is my Glow Minerals. What I've decided to take for an eyeliner is, this is one of my old standbys that I absolutely love. I haven't been able to find it anymore. And perhaps if anybody that's in Germany and is watching and can let me know if they've heard of the company, because it is from Germany. It's called Cici, C-I-C-I, and there's actually no color left on it. I don't know what the color is, so let me just show you what it is. Now it looks a little bit bluer on the computer, but it's actually a beautiful blue-green shade. So again, I can wear this because it's thicker. I can wear this as a liner, I can wear this as a shadow, and it will pretty much go with all of the shadows that I've chosen to take with me. Now I was planning on taking a small traveling brush kit with me, but because I have so much room in this container, I've decided to take some of my full-size brushes with me. So of course I'm taking my brush for my castor oil. I'm taking my MAC 130, which I'll use for everything. It will become a multi-purpose, and even though it's a little bit small for everything, it doesn't matter for the purpose of what I'm using it for traveling. It will be fine, and I really love this brush. I'm taking my new blender brush from e.l.f., the $1 brush. I've decided to take 2 old standby Trish McEvoy brushes that I've had forever. One of them is for my eyeshadow. Show it to you this way. And the other one I'm going to use pretty much for any other kind of blush or powder that I use. It's really nice and soft. And the last one I'm taking is I'm taking my little angle brush. And the reason I'm taking this is because I'll be able to use this, and then if I use the shadows that I have and I just add a little water to them, I can actually use those for liners also. And the last thing that I want to share with you are actually some lipsticks. What I've decided to take is this new Annabelle lip liner that I have. It's in, I think it's called Modest. And what I've decided to do is to take 2 lipsticks. They're both from the Liberty of London line. The first one is the Blooming Lovely that I love, that purplish pink shade. And the second one is the Everhip. And what I decided to do is just take 1 lip gloss with me, and I'm taking the Boots number 7, the one in Flirt, which is this color. It's sort of a pinky, sort of peach color. It's hard to see it on the computer. So I think that it will look nice with both of those lipsticks. So that's it for part 2. I am going to do a part 3 because there are a few other things that I want to show you, a few electronic things, and then a few odds and ends that I want to show you, and possibly even the outfit that I'm going to wear on the plane. So stay tuned.